All right. Hello. I think I'm here. I think so. All right, I can see myself on my phone, so that works. Yeah, can you let me know if you can hear me, please? Just let me know in the chat if you can hear me. That would be awesome. I feel like an imposter today because I've got my coffee and I'm drinking my coffee, but it's decaf because I just wanted something warm to drink, and I didn't want to make tea, but my cup says death before decaf. Yeah. So I'm a coffee trader today, but you know what? Whatever, it's fine. So I see we have a few people here. Hi, how are you? It's been a really long time since I have done a live stream, and honestly, the whole reason that I'm even doing a live stream right now is because last week was really hectic, and I didn't actually get a video ready. I know what the topic is gonna be for my next video. I just didn't have it done. I didn't have the notes ready. I didn't get any recording done for it. So I figured, why not come onto YouTube for an hour and just do a live stream. So, I guess first thing, it is Saturday. I do live in a house with other people, and there are people here, doing work in my backyard. So if you hear any background noise, it's normal. This is real life here, not just a YouTube video. So hello everyone, how are you? You can hear me, right? Let me see. You can hear me, right? Haha, yes, okay. So yeah, I don't know if anyone has questions to kick off the Q&A, or I can just talk. Hi Pedros, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Awesome, you can hear me. All right. I don't know. I don't really know how many people are gonna hop in here for this live because I don't normally do them a lot. But I don't know. Things are just really hectic right now. Even just in my personal life, but even around the world. Yeah, Meredith, last week was rough. And I know I keep seeing people on Twitter saying that we're in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde, which would make sense. But I think we're also there's 5 or 6 planets in retrograde. Hi Starlight, how are you? But yeah, and I'm not sure. I know Pedros, you don't live in the United States. I'm not sure about everyone else. But things are just kind of going to hell in a handbasket. And I am trying to figure out, what I can do on my end from a witchy perspective. Nanny drinking white wine. Ooh, that sounds yummy. Honestly, I have not had a wine that I like. I haven't found a wine that I like. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Yeah, so my next video that I'm gonna do, I think, is gonna be a revisit of consent in spellcasting, so sort of ethics behind when you cast spells. So if you have questions about that, you can pop that in the chat and I can be sure to cover them in my video. Other than that, I don't think I've ever really done a live sort of Q&A type of thing. So we can just see how it goes, I guess. Oh, look at my earrings. Let me show you my earrings. Let me see if, I don't know if you can see them. Let me take it off. These earrings are the best. We went to a reptile show in our area, and they always have other like little vendors and stuff, and there was a person there selling earrings and different sort of things, and I got these earrings. Oh, is it gonna focus? It is the tower. I love these earrings. I was looking at them. My boyfriend pointed them out. He's like, "Hey, babe, look. These earrings. They're tarot cards." I was like, "What? That's awesome." So he was like, pick one. Just get one. I was like, I want the tower. The tower is my card. So what is everyone else up to? What are people doing today? How is everybody's practices going? Did you all get a chance to watch my most recent video about daily practice and like daily practice tips? I'd really like to hear how you guys thought or what you thought about that video. Awesome. Let me see if I can share the video. I don't think I shared it on Instagram, so we're going to take a picture. Are you ready? We're going to take a picture. Oh, of course, there's a timer. Awesome. Okay, let's see. Since everything is so intense right now, I'm feeling so drained and not practicing like I usually can. I also want to be able to use my work to help with everything going on in the US, but where do I find the energy when it's not naturally there? So this is a really good question. I'm not in stereo. I'm not sure what that means. Can you only hear me like in one side of your thing? Is that what you mean? Finding the energy when it's not naturally there is hard. And I was even thinking about this on the way home from somewhere that I had to be this morning, because there are people organizing for like the Women's March. And, I'm really thinking how I can help. That's weird, Sandy. I wonder if it might just be my software. This is the first time I've used Streamlab. I'll have to try to fix it in a minute. But I was thinking about this on the way home from somewhere that I had to be today, and thinking about how I could help in everything that's going on. Because honestly, I would love to be able to go to the marches. One, there's not one in my area, but two, I have a child and I'm not really sure how that would work logistically. So I've thought about how I can help out, because in my opinion, action is the best thing to do, right? Like, we can do all the spell work that we want. We can do all the meditations, all of the spell casting, all of the blessings and baneful magic. But without action, it's kind of meaningless. So what I personally do, because I am generally a low energy person anyway, a lot of my practice is very low energy because of my mental health. I focus on the little things that I do have control over. So, a lot of that actually revolves around educating the people that are closest to me, who don't know any better or who may have opinions and beliefs that aren't really in line with where I think we should be as a society, on a lot of these human rights issues, because they're not political issues, they're human rights issues. A lot of it starts with educating others. And when it comes to not finding the energy, we kind of just have to do what we can within the energy that we do have. So if you want to do something as part of a daily practice that's also backed up by action, whatever else that you decide to do, saying prayers of blessings for those who are fighting the good fight and standing up for the rights of others, blessing, for example, the water protectors at the Line 3 pipeline. Those are really good ideas, and you can definitely incorporate that into your daily practice when it comes to blessings and prayers. And if you want to flip that onto the other side, daily baneful work, if that's something you're comfortable with. Granted, that does take more energy, but I do want to caution against not depleting the energy that you already have, because you can't pour from an empty cup. So if you're naturally low energy, it would be better to do low energy things. I hope that answers your question. Where do I find the energy when it's not naturally there? Yeah, does that answer your question, Meredith? I'm going to wait for the chat to catch up really quick and try to fix my audio, because apparently I'm only coming through one ear. Yeah. Thank you for your patience. I'm not sure how to fix it, honestly. Maybe that'll fix it. And too, I don't know if it's like my microphone or if it might be your headphones, Sandy. I don't know. Sorry. I think I hear you say to adjust expectations of how much energy you have to put out, that even just prayer with intention can still make a big difference. Yeah. So something that I struggle with actually is finding myself comparing what I'm doing to what other people are doing. And, that's a big trap anyways with basically anything that's going on. Because like your day and my day are going to be completely different. Your energy levels and my energy levels are going to be wildly different. So if you're expecting to do all of the activism or all of the daily practices or all of the spell work that maybe someone who has a high energy and who has no other responsibilities throughout the day, you're just going to set yourself up for failure if those are the expectations you have for yourself. So definitely adjusting your expectations and not comparing your practice and your capabilities to that of others, I think will be wildly important. And it's hard. I mean, it's something I even struggle with still too, because, I'll go and I'll scroll through social media or whatever, and be in a place with my mental health where I am stuck, right? Like I find it difficult to get off the couch or out of bed or just move positions and stop scrolling. So I find myself stuck scrolling, and then I start to think to myself like, wow, I could be doing so many other things, but I'm stuck. And that's part of my mental health. And I have to realize that my life is different than everyone else's. So I can't expect to be doing the same thing that everybody else is doing. So yes, adjusting your expectations as far as your energy levels is important. And yes, also prayer can still make a big difference. Prayer with intention can still make a big difference. Hi Dendrain, how are you? I hope you're doing all right. Ooh, I guess I can show you all the book that I just got in the mail yesterday that I'm excited to read. I got Thorn Mooney's new book, The Witch's Path. I'm so excited to dig into this and read it. This one is The Witch's Path, Advancing Your Craft at Every Level. Yes. I pre-ordered it back in March and it showed up yesterday and I'm so excited. I can't say whether or not I recommend it yet, obviously, because I haven't read it, but I will do a book review as soon as I am done reading it. See, I'm going to post that picture to Instagram. Everybody is going to be in my Instagram. Yay! All right. What else is going on? I am still writing a book of my own, slowly but surely. There was a talk of possibly being published through like an actual publisher, but I haven't heard back from them yet, and it was sort of like they reached out to me for something completely different, and then I had this idea, and then they were like, oh, well, maybe, and we'll keep in touch, and I just haven't heard anything. So, I am still working through that. I need to go back through and edit it some more and basically reread it just to make sure that it's still in line with my thought process around shadow work, and definitely make sure that I have those disclaimers and stuff in there that I am not a mental health professional, and that, yeah, shadow work should be done in conjunction with therapy when at all possible. Pedro says, sometimes we have to motivate ourselves even though we don't feel it. It sounds contradictory, but sometimes doing some grounding and also meditations helps. Yeah, that's really true, because honestly, like, if I waited to do everything until I was motivated to do something, I wouldn't get anything done. And sometimes it is about just telling myself, like, hey, I need to do this thing now, and even if I don't really feel like doing it right this moment, chances are when I start doing it, I'm going to be more motivated to keep doing it. So that's a really good point. And also grounding and centering and making sure that you're not expending more energy than you actually have when it comes to spell work. And then the meditations are a great idea to really help bring you back down to reality and make sure that, you know, you're not stressing yourself out, you're not overloading yourself with whatever it is that you're trying to do. And box breathing really helps me with that. I don't know if anybody else is familiar with box breathing, but it's like breathe in for the count of 4, hold it for the count of 4, breathe out for the count of 4, hold it for the count of 4, just over and over and over again. That really helps me too. Let's see, where else? I feel like something is coming up soon. The equinox is coming, isn't it? I'm so bad. I'm terrible. I don't really celebrate the solstices and the equinoxes. I don't know how to say the plural word of that. But I don't generally celebrate them. I sort of honor them and recognize them, but I celebrate more of the fire festivals. Bealtaine, Lughnasadh, Samhain, and the one that I always forget. What is it? Oh, I'm such a bad pagan. Sandy, my favorite tarot deck? Ooh, that's a hard question. It just depends. I have 2 of them here. Because I only have 3 tarot decks. When I need, like, soft and squishy answers, Samhain. Didn't I say Samhain? Bealtaine, Samhain, Lughnasadh. I always miss one. When I need like soft and squishy answers for a deck to sugarcoat things for me, I go with my Shadowscapes tarot. It's very pretty. Shadowscapes. And then the other one is overrated. And it's still one of my favorites. It's the Wild Unknown Tarot. Also one of my favorites is the Ace of Pentacles from that deck. I like the artwork, and I really like that, you know, it's black and white with pops of color, and that the court cards aren't page, knight, queen, king. It's like son, daughter, mother, father. And I think the colors just do it for me. The art style and just the way it is really works well for me. Imbolc, oh my god. Of course I would forget Imbolc. Bridget is gonna come for me. I always forget Imbolc. Did I start off Wiccan? Is that what you mean, Sandy? Did I start off Wiccan? Yes. I did start as a Wiccan back when I was a young teenager. Probably like 12 or 13 years old. For reference, I'm going to be 30 this year in a couple months. My good friend at the time brought a book to me, and I don't remember exactly which one it was. I don't remember if it was Scott Cunningham or Dorothy Morrison. It was probably one of those two. Like Scott Cunningham's Guide for the Solitary Practitioner, and then Dorothy Morrison's The Craft, a Witch's Book of Shadows, which I actually still have back there on this bookshelf somewhere. And honestly, I went back and forth for a while between being Wiccan and then going back to the church and then back to being Wiccan. And it's really, the church has never stuck. Christianity has never stuck with me. And I think I've talked about it before a little bit, where I feel like I would go back and forth between Wicca and Christianity because I enjoyed the community aspect of the church. And hi Chris, can't stay long but wanted to say hello. Well, hi, I appreciate that. But I enjoy the community aspect of church and being with people that genuinely care about others, I know this is not going to be the experience of everyone, and many people have traumatic experiences within Christianity, and I have some, but the overwhelming majority of my experiences with the church that I went to as a young teenager were very positive. We were there for each other. I was part of a youth group, and we would always check in with each other, and not necessarily like, hey, did you do your prayers today? Or hey, did you read your Bible today? It was a genuine sort of, how are you doing? Do you need help with anything? So the faith never really stuck with me, and that's okay. I'm very happy where I am now. It was the community aspect that I kept going back to with the church. I just kind of deviated from your question. Have I ever been in a coven? No, I've never been in a coven. I have looked for covens before, back when Witchvox was still around. Poor Witchvox is gone now. But I have never joined a coven. I have been to events where I would categorize things more of like a circle, how it's not a formalized group, but a group of like-minded individuals that would get together for the full moons and for any other sort of holidays, and they would like trade off on who organized the ritual, who wrote the ritual, what kind of ritual it was, what sort of belief system it would be part of. So there were some that were definitely Wiccan rituals. I have been to a Norse bloat before. Oh, I think I said that right. All with the same group of people. And it's funny. It's funny because like I enjoyed the community aspect of the church back when I was a Christian. But pagan communities are different, and now that I'm more aware of the different energies of people and different belief systems, like I am very guarded with my energy now and who I decide to share that energy with. And I've just never found a group of people who I really connect with that much, or that well, to really commit to being in a coven-based system. So maybe one day. I've thought about running my own coven, but I have enough on my plate already, and I don't think I can add that extra responsibility onto my plate. Maybe in the future, but not anytime soon. Let's see. Have you been to a hand fasting? I have not been to a hand fasting, but I get to plan one. I get to plan a hand fasting. For who? For myself. Because my boyfriend, my fiance, and I have finally decided that we're going to get married. So, being the non-traditional person that I am, I refuse to get married in a church. I will be having a hand fasting, and I will be planning it myself, and I need to find someone to officiate it. Probably honestly won't happen until next year around this time, but I'm excited. Like, I'm excited. Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you. And it's so funny because, we've been together for almost 13 years, and it had never really been fiscally responsible of us to get married. Hi, Sid. I didn't see you pop in the chat. Hello. But yeah, there are a bunch of different factors of why we're not married yet, but now we're gonna get married. I'm so excited. So, never been to a hand fasting, never held a hand fasting, but I will be holding one for myself in about a year's time. Since you're all here, I could ask, I have been thinking about doing something like Vlogmas for the month of December. So Vlogmas is like a lot of work where someone will, like a YouTuber will release a video every single day of the month in December, usually until Christmas. Bex from The Witch's Cookery did something similar last year where she did the 21 days of Yule. And I was thinking about doing something like that, but with sort of short form news, short form videos, maybe like 5-10 minutes long maximum. So if I were to do something like that, what sort of videos would you want to see? Like the 21 days of Yule, posting a video every day or every other day up until the winter solstice. I would be interested to hear your thoughts. What does the kid think about the news? She's so excited. She's funny. Okay, so, because she's 8, and she has asked us for like the longest time, when are you guys gonna get married? I want to be your flower girl. Like, just, she thinks it's strange that we're not married because her friends, most of her friends' parents are married. And she's just like, finally. She thought we were joking when we told her at first. She's like, are you sure? Really? Are you really going to? It took her some convincing. And she's like, finally you're gonna get married. Yeah, I still need to decide. There's so many decisions that need to be made for that, and it's kind of overwhelming, but I have time. So it is so sweet. She's so funny. She's hilarious. Am I going to give her a flower crown? Probably. I really want it to be as sustainable and eco-friendly as possible, because those are some things that are very important to me. So I just need to figure out how to do it, and whatever flowers we do get will probably be donated to like hospitals or nursing homes or some sort of assisted living or things like that. Bye, Chris. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, so she'll get a flower crown. I want a flower crown. A flower crown and a pretty flowy dress. Nothing outlandish. I'm probably not even going to wear white. If I had my way, it would be black. Yule crafts videos are always fun. They are, and I am a very bad witch because I am... Okay, I need to rephrase that because I'm working on negative self-talk. I'm not a bad witch. I just have low energy a lot of days. So if I'm going to like bake a batch of cookies, that's like it for a couple of days because I expend all of my energy doing one very large thing and then I don't have anything for a couple of days. So I'm trying to figure out sort of like little things that I can do if I do want to do the 21 days of Yule, but I also know that that's a lot of work, posting and recording a video every single day until until the winter solstice. That's a lot. So I'm still thinking about it. Nothing is set in stone for that, but it's there. My favorite tarot card. I have 3 favorite tarot cards. Let me see. So if you don't follow me on TikTok, I don't blame you if you don't have a TikTok. But I actually posted a little video on TikTok about my favorite tarot card in that instance. And I don't know if I can find it here, but one of my favorite tarot cards is actually the Tower. And there's a good reason for that. So the Tower is everyone's favorite card to hate. Everybody hates the Tower. Everybody is terrified when they get the Tower in their readings. But I'm not. I love when I pull the Tower card. And that could be because I am sadistic. But the Tower is the representation of things in your life that need to go so you can be better and do better. It is that representation of, yeah, something's coming and it's gonna rock your world, but you need it because the foundation that you've built these particular beliefs on or this particular part of your life on is built on sand. And eventually, if you keep building, it's just going to fall over. So this one thing is going to come and happen and knock it down so you can stop building, reevaluate what's going on, and fix it and be better. I love the Tower card. My 2 other favorite cards are both Death and Temperance. Death because of just what it symbolizes, and it's one of those cards that I really go back and think on because of all kinds of stuff that has happened in my life and how sometimes things just need to go. Doors need to close, things need to die, because you cannot have growth without death. You can't. It's part of the circle of life in general. And it's okay. And I have had to come to accept those types of things in my life. And it's really helped with my outlook and just how I move forward. And then temperance is about balance. And again, it's another one that I try to embody in my life because I need to be in balance. I'm really bad at it. Like I'm terrible at balancing things in my life. But bringing that energy into everything is so important to me, and making sure that like work and home life is balanced. Witchcraft with action is balanced. Emotions are balanced. Communication is balanced, because, you know, especially with that communication, if everyone is talking and nobody's listening, you're going to have, you know, everybody's just going to be fighting and nothing is going to change. So those are my 3 favorite tarot cards. I know you only asked me for one, but I can't pick one. Let's see. You could tell stories of Bridget or mythology of your pantheon. As far as like being on the live, or just in general for like the hand fasting. Bridget does love to throw out a good tarot card. Yeah, she does. She definitely does. One of the cards that she likes to pull out for me is the 9 of Swords. Makes me face my fears, pretty much, and basically holds a mirror up to me and say, are you sure you want to do that? Thanks for joining, Sid. I hope you have a good day. How many tarot decks do you have? So I currently have 3. All 3 of them I have shown on the channel. I have the Hanson Roberts Tarot, which I don't actually have on my desk. And then I have the Shadowscapes Tarot and the Wild Unknown. I'm waiting on one to come in the mail that I pre-ordered a while ago. And it was created by a photographer for the Yuletide videos. Oh, that's a good idea. Thank you. I will have to make a note of that one, Dendrain. Yeah, I'm waiting for another tarot deck that was created by a photographer, and the images on the cards aren't illustrations, they're actually photographs. And it's called the Somnia Tarot, and I definitely plan on doing an unboxing when I get it. It is one of the first tarot decks that I have pre-ordered, and it's also not one that I think I would normally buy, but the photos are just so captivating, and I think the photographer did a great job capturing the essence of the particular cards. I'm so excited to get it. I think it's supposed to be here within the next month or two. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm definitely excited for that one, and I'm excited to show everyone. I also have an oracle deck, but it's okay. It's all right. It's not one that I really enjoy using very much. Oh, my daughter is texting me. It's not really one that I enjoy using very much because I'm learning Ogham. So Ogham is, they're kind of like runes, but it's an Irish alphabet. I have an example here. So this is Baith. I don't know how to say that yet. But the oracle deck that I have is called the Celtic Tree Oracle, and it actually uses the Ogham with the cards, and I have found in using it that the Ogham doesn't match the card, and there's even a mistake on one of the cards where the symbol is different than the feta, the word, or the letter, and I just don't resonate with it very well. I might end up putting it in a giveaway when I hit 5,000 subscribers. Yeah, but that's that. Do you have any advice for working with archetypes? Archetypes in what sense? So do you mean like with the gods, or I'm not entirely sure what you mean, because I don't tend to work with archetypes. I am a hard polytheist, so I view all of the gods as individuals rather than like many facets on a diamond, for example. Thoth deck, Aleister Crowley, my opinion. I've never seen it. I'm gonna look it up because now you've got me curious. But I've never seen the Thoth deck, or if I have seen it, I've never really paid too much attention to it. As far as like Aleister Crowley himself, I don't know too much about him to really have an opinion. The Thoth deck, let's see. Is this Egyptian imagery? It looks like Egyptian imagery. I mean, if it works. I don't think it's one that I would pick up for myself. I don't really gravitate towards the images, I guess. But I don't see why it couldn't work for somebody else. I think in order to have like a solid opinion on it, I would have to have it myself and use it. And since I don't, I can't really give an honest opinion on it. I think there is somebody in my house. Oh well. Oh, there's another deck that I plan on getting. It's in pre-order right now too, but it's not a complete tarot deck. It is only a major arcana deck, but it is illustrations from Irish mythology. And I want to get that one too. So I don't know if I would use it for divination since it's just the major arcana, but I would love to be able to support that particular artist and have their work and maybe just put them on like a bulletin board or something and display them like the art that they are, because they are gorgeous. Let's see. Okay, so in regards to the archetypes, it's hard to explain. Mostly a mix of characters and real life people that I admire. You're an atheist, which, okay, so that makes more sense. So you would then view the gods maybe as archetypes of different personalities or different personality traits per se. I believe so. If I'm wrong, please feel free to correct me. As far as working with archetypes like that, I mean, I think you would just use them in the same way that you might invoke the gods. For example, like if you're looking to bring more beauty into your life, maybe call on the archetype of Aphrodite or Venus. Am I on the right track with that? Because in that case, then you're working with the energy of that particular archetype, the beauty and the love, and bringing that into your life, not necessarily with the deity themselves, because that's not really how you work. Am I like on track with that? Meredith stumbled on the Cauldron Druid Craft Tarot deck. So far has been pretty good. I'll have to look into that one. That sounds interesting. Sorry for my bad English. This is still new for me. No, don't worry about your English. Your English, for one, is fine. It's great. Also, too, I recognize that not everybody speaks English as a first language. It's okay. Like, you should never apologize for that, in my opinion. You don't ever have to apologize for that to me, because you at this point speak more languages than I do if English is not your first language. I hope I was on the right track with the archetypes that you were talking about, because you could even do that with basically anything else. So let me see if I can come up with a character off the top of my head. Maybe Lucifer, from the TV show Lucifer, the character from the TV show, not Lucifer himself. If you've never watched the TV show, he is very outspoken and very confident and very open-minded. So if you're going to work with archetypes in that sense, maybe you could work with the character of Lucifer and try to embody that energy of the character to bring more confidence and courage into your life. I think that's where we were going with that. If you want to learn more about archetypes and working with archetypes, I believe Joanna DeVoe actually works with archetypes and has a lot of information about that, and her website is just joannadevoe.com. JoannaDevoe, I think. joannadevoe.com. She's here on YouTube somewhere, and she has a podcast, The Hippie Witch. You might want to look into her content. It might be more helpful than I am, because I don't work with archetypes. We've got about 10 minutes left. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it's already almost been an hour. 10 minutes left, roughly. Any more questions? Any things that you like might want me to talk about? I'll make this announcement later, I guess, but since you're already here, I can tell you. If anyone is going to be in the Palmetto, Florida area next month, October 17th, I will be at the Mystic Word Fair in the Woods in Palmetto, Florida, with all of my crochet stuff and some spell oils and different things like that. Hopefully that nothing gets in the way of doing that. Yes, so I will be there. I don't know if anybody is even remotely in the area. Let me go back and make sure I didn't miss anything. Why is my scroll? Oh, there it goes. Okay. I don't think I missed anything. Yeah. If you all want, you can sign up for my newsletter on my website, roundthecauldron.com, because I recently held a free workshop on researching in witchcraft. So like tips for how to research and different things that you can do, ways that you can use Google to really help you narrow down the types of sources that you get, how to tell the difference between a good source and a bad source. We went through the CRAP method, which basically is just a way to analyze sources for their relevancy and whether or not they're a good source in general. And I plan on doing more workshops in the future, but all of those announcements go through my newsletter. So if you want to sign up for my newsletter, I only send emails out once a month unless I have something super exciting to share. You can do that at roundthecauldron.com. Sandy, do you mean Baphomet? I'm not sure if you mean Baphomet or something else that I just don't know. If you mean Baphomet, I also have not worked with Baphomet before. I do know Matt Aaron has posted many different times about Baphomet on his Instagram. I'm not sure of anybody else off the top of my head that has talked about Baphomet. I don't know anything about Baphomet, so I'm not even going to try. All I know about Baphomet is that people constantly get Baphomet and the Christian devil confused when they are not the same entity. But I would start with Matt Aaron if you're interested in learning about Baphomet. I believe, if I remember correctly, there is even a whole section in Matt's book, Psychic Witch, about Baphomet. So that would be a good place to start if you're interested. You work with Baphomet, Pedros? Do you have any sources that you can share for Sandy if they're interested, or anything that you'd like to share? Poppy, attracted to the anarchist child, so characters like Pippi Longstocking, Zazie from the French movie of the same name, females, punk rock singers, to name a few. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're alone in that. And, you know, without knowing you personally and your age, it makes sense for people of my generation, I think. In my opinion, anyway. I'm a millennial. But you can definitely, like, if you want to bring that Pippi Longstocking energy into your day, maybe do your hair like Pippi Longstocking, or wear an article of clothing that reminds you of the character, and remind yourself throughout the day, like, I can do XYZ, or I am embodying the energy of Pippi Longstockings, to go with the same example. I think that would be a good way to start to work with the archetypes. And then if you really wanted to, I don't see why you couldn't create like an altar space to an archetype. I think that would be okay. I mean, I don't see why not. Then you have like a space in your home where you are constantly reminded that you're embodying this energy in your life and in your day. And it helps connect your brain with that particular pathway. So you see it and you're like, yes, I am reminded this is how I am. And, this is what I'm trying to do. Sandy, it frightens you on a pagan path. Baphomet does? So without knowing too much about Baphomet, I can't really speak about it. But I don't think you need to be frightened. Baphomet is not a quote-unquote bad guy. He is the character that, or not character, that's the wrong word. He is the being that is on the devil card in the Rider-Waite tarot deck, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't think you need to be frightened of Baphomet. And in any case, the easiest way to overcome a fear of something like that is just to learn more about it. So I would encourage you to read more about Baphomet from legitimate sources and not sources that are trying to promote fear of Baphomet as an entity. That's where I would go with that. I wouldn't be frightened. That I think would come from Christian trauma, where we see Baphomet as a figure that is associated with the Christian devil, and that can bring up a lot of different feelings and a lot of different emotion, especially if you were brought up in a Christian faith and you were told that the devil is bad and the devil is going to steal your soul and you're going to go to hell. That can take a lot of unpacking, but I definitely don't think that you need to be afraid of Baphomet, because he can be a part of many different pagan paths, and whoever decides to work with him. So if nobody has any more questions or anything else that they would like me to talk about, we have hit an hour. It is now 2:00 for me here in Florida. I think I want to try to do a live stream once a month, and maybe like a Q&A, different things like that. I know some other YouTubers do something similar. So, Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for popping these questions in here and giving me something to talk about so I didn't sit here quietly on my own. Make sure you check out my website, roundthecauldron.com. I blog about different things there. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Give the video a thumbs up since you're already here. Make sure you check out my podcast too. Not a lot of people know that I have a podcast. Round the Cauldron actually started out as a podcast, and now I'm here on YouTube, but I do both, and I cover different topics on both platforms. If you'd like to help support the show and the work that I do, you can donate via PayPal or Ko-fi, or join me on Patreon. Little as $1 a month gets you different perks and exclusive things. I run a book club. Right now we're finishing up Intuitive Witch by Estrella Taylor, and next month, I think starting in October, we're going to be reading Braiding Sweetgrass. So all of those links are in the description below, and I will talk to everybody later. Thank you.